Hello everybody, today I wanted to do a little kind of like review on the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, which I have right here. I'm in the shade Vanilla. I know I've said that a couple of times, or at least I have the shade Vanilla, and I do think it is a good match for me. I'm wearing it today. I thought about doing like an application kind of thing, but so many people have already done how they apply the makeup, so I decided that I wouldn't do that because I don't know, it's been done like a gazillion times, and I thought I'd just talk to you about the product a little bit. I had been using the, I try to like lay out everything that I want to talk about, so hopefully everything I mention is like right beside me, but if not, I'll have to go behind me and grab it in my vanity. But I was using the Smashbox Photo Filter Powder Foundation in number 2, and I still have this one, but there's like nothing left in there. I had been using that with like a light foundation. I think what I was doing was I was using the L'Oreal Magic Nude Liquid Powder Foundation, which is really a very light coverage. And then the Smashbox powder over top of that, and that kind of gave me like a medium coverage. Very flawless. Love it. And when I got the Too Faced foundation, I started using it with the Smashbox powder, which I know was probably a bad idea. It's too much foundation-y type of, it's too heavy. The two products are too heavy to be like together for every day when I'm trying to go to work and stuff. I think it was too much, but I didn't like how it looked. It was all right, but it was not very good, and it kind of would look really, I would say by like midday at work, like lunchtime, it was like really cakey around my mouth and around my nose. I'm trying to like picture it. My forehead didn't look very good either. It had been like separating, maybe that's the right word. I've never had such a bad experience with a foundation. The only time I've had really bad experience, my skin got super dry and flaky and then it looked really bad, but that was my skin, that was not my foundation. This was the first time that like I looked in the mirror at work and I was like, I was about ready to cry. I looked so terrible. So I stopped using that and I reached for this, which I had already in my vanity. This is the Physicians Formula, let's see, mineral wear talc free mineral airbrushing pressed powder SPF 30. I'm sure that's why I bought it. Whenever I bought it was because of SPF, and it's in translucent, even though it doesn't really quite look like it. I've used it, I've had it quite a while, but I used this over top of this and still it was pretty horrible. I didn't like it again. So I thought, you know what, I think this was supposed to be, it doesn't really say anything about it, but it was supposed to be a very moisturizing powder, and I think that's why I got it, because I have very dry skin. I think I've had that for like a year or so. So I decided to go get a different setting powder, but something more specifically like a setting powder and not so much a foundation, because the Smashbox is a foundation. And then this is, while it's translucent, it still kind of has that feel of a foundation because it's kind of creamy. It's like a creamy powder. So anyways, I went and got the Rimmel Stay Matte Long Lasting Pressed Powder, and I got it in, I got it in transparent. I didn't want to get it in transparent, but I wanted to get a powder quickly, so I went to the Ulta by my work, and they're always sold out of whatever I need. So they have like probably like 6 color ranges. They had the 2 lightest, the 2 darkest, and I'm pretty sure I would have been one in the 2 in the middle, and they didn't have them, of course. So I just went with the transparent or transparent. Thought I'd be safe doing that, so I went with it. Let's see. When I do use that, let me back up. Since I've been using the Too Faced Born This Way foundation, I have been using my Brushes For Ulta. This is Velvet Luxe LBD foundation brush, number 302. This is one of the Velvet Luxe ones. It's completely black. And I just got this, but I really do like it. And for a while there, I thought maybe I was using the wrong kind of brush, but I don't think it's the brush. I don't think that was the problem. It's a pretty dense brush. And I take the foundation and it has a pump, by the way, which is nice. It's definitely very nice. I do about a pump and a half on my finger, and then I just kind of use my other finger, dab it on all over my face. And then I take this brush and I kind of do a dab and downward kind of motion all over my face. Blend it in, blending, you know, all those places, especially right here. I basically just showed you how to put it on. And I feel like this does a really good job. Then what I've been doing is using the Rimmel Stay Matte setting powder and using my, let's see, Sigma large powder brush. It's number F30. It's a really big fluffy brush. I've been using that with this, and I just kind of, I get a little bit of product on there, and then I just kind of lightly put it across my face, you know, just enough to kind of set it, blend it again on my chin, because I hate when you have that line right there on your chin of foundation, and I just kind of, I do go all over my face. Now what I'm noticing is this foundation, the Too Faced Born This Way, is very, I don't know quite the word, but I know that they wanted to gear this towards like a dewy, wet finish. Not so much moisturizing, that's not quite the right word. I think dewy is the word that I'm looking for, and I can definitely tell that, and I think that's where my problem was. I was taking something that was very dewy and needed to be set with something more mattifying, and I was using, you know, either a foundation or I was using something that also is supposed to give you a dewy, moisturizing kind of finish, and those two were just not working. So my point kind of doing this video was to point out that I feel like this foundation is a little tricky when it comes to powder. I almost think, I haven't really done research on it. I wonder if Too Faced has a powder that they recommend using with this foundation. I would be really curious to find that out. I would also be curious to see, or would like to see them come out with a powder to kind of go with this foundation, like the Born This Way powder foundation or setting powder or something like that. That would be really interesting to me. I'd like to see how they do that. But it's so weird because when you watch videos online of other girls using this foundation, they love it. And so for a while there, I was like, oh my gosh, what am I doing wrong? Like, I've got to be doing something wrong. And I really think it was the powder that I was using, because now that I've been putting this all over my face, it definitely mattifies, so I lose that dewy finish, but it lasts all day. So I mean, I don't know. Really at this point, I'm using the Too Faced foundation just for that medium coverage and not so much for the dewy finish, which is so weird because I have dry skin, so you would think that like dry skin would go well with something kind of dewy, but it's not really working for me. It's also just now starting to cool off. Like, I think the high today is in the it's in the mid 50s, I think. I haven't been out yet, so we're just now starting to cool down. So I wonder if once it does cool down and my skin gets dry, this could change. Like, this combination might not work anymore. This might be too mattifying and drying, and it might just, it might be so wrong. I'm trying to think of what else I want to tell you. Oh, right. The foundation. Okay, it's definitely this. I've never had this trouble as well. Like, I've never had so much trouble with figuring out the whole powder thing, and I've never had trouble with the staying power of my foundation, but if I touch my face right now, I will have so much makeup on my fingers. I do not like that at all. I don't know why it does that, but this foundation comes off of my face very easily. So all day while I'm at work, now maybe this isn't supposed to be your everyday foundation, but frankly, that's like the only time I'm wearing medium coverage foundation is when I'm at work. Because any other time, I don't want to wear makeup and I'm putting stuff like this on. Okay, so when I'm at my desk all day, I touch my nose a lot. Like I'll touch it like this. I know I'm probably not supposed to because obviously I get sick and stuff, but it itches, so I'm touching it, you know. And before I know it, I look like Rudolph because the rest of my face has this medium to full coverage foundation on it, and now my nose is red because that's the natural skin color for me, is pretty red. So my nose is red and the rest of my face is like this perfect vanilla color. That's frustrating. And then I've been trying to stop doing this, or like not do it as much, but I sit at my desk because I have my right hand on my mouse and I'm not always on my keyboard, so I'll sit there like this. I'm gonna try not to do it because I'll get makeup on my hand. And then my chin's red too. So I've got a red nose and a red chin, and it looks fantastic by lunchtime. I kind of can't make my mind up if I like this or not. I've got a feeling I'm not gonna repurchase it. I wouldn't tell someone to not go buy it, but it is kind of pricey. I don't know, it just really bothers me that it wears off so easily. And maybe that is, again, the powder that I'm using. I don't know. Then on top of all of that, every day before or when I'm done my makeup, let me grab this. I use the Urban Decay Chill Makeup Setting Spray. I use this every day. So I mean, I'm using a setting powder and a setting spray and it still comes off too easily. It really does bother me how easy it just wears. I could just touch it and I'd have like a finger full of makeup. And nobody else has said that, so I don't know if that's just me. I don't know what it is. It's so frustrating because everybody else has been raving about this, and yes, once it's on, it looks fantastic. I definitely would say that, and I think that's why I would recommend it to someone else, because it is a really good medium to full coverage foundation and it gets rid of all of my redness and my freckles and most of my like acne marks or anything like that. I really just put this foundation on, put a little bit of concealer on underneath my eyes, and that's pretty much it, unless I have like a really bad spot, and then I'll put some concealer on that. But other than that, this is such a good coverage foundation, but it doesn't stay very well. So I mean, if you're not the type of person that doesn't touch your face all day, then it's probably great for you, and maybe that's why it works for them, because they don't touch their face. But how many times have I already scratched this area since this video started? Because it itches. I have like a little tickle right there. Every time I touch it, I've got makeup on my hands. Oh, it's so frustrating. Like I said, I really can't make my mind up about this. I do like it, but it has flaws. By far, for me at least, it has flaws. If you're gonna get it, I would recommend trying this powder. It's obviously extremely cheap because it's by Rimmel, so it's not like you're wasting a lot of money. You're wasting some money over here. I think this came out to be $39, is that right? I think so. And I mean, it's a good amount of foundation. Let me see if it says how much. It is 1 ounce. And I've been using this for a while now, a month or so, and I mean, I don't know, you can't really tell. You can't really tell if like anything's gone or not, but it still feels quite heavy, so that's probably just the packaging though. But hopefully it lasts a while and then it'll be worth it. I've been using it just about every day, and I don't know. I'm probably not gonna repurchase it. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. I like it, but I don't love it, especially for the price. If this was a drugstore foundation, I'd probably be like, whatever, it was, you know, 15 bucks, that's fine. But when it's almost $40 or around $40, I expect it to be damn near perfect. The fact that it wears off pretty quickly just upsets me. I do try, like, since I've been noticing all of this, I do try to take more of the powder and kind of, you know, go around in my nose. I could probably do some more right now. So I mean, I would just dab it and just go on my nose to help that stay, because I don't know what else to do other than not touch my face, and that's hard for me. That's very difficult for me. I touch my face a lot during the day. One other thing that I did want to say about this powder. Obviously I've talked about the Smashbox powder a lot, and I do like that. See, now now my nose is just really bad. I should have never touched it. Okay. I like the Smashbox powder foundation a lot. A lot. That was my third one. I might go back to it. Other than, like, I do want to try the NARS creamy, was it creamy foundation or something like that? The NARS foundation, I've really been wanting to try that. So that might be next on my list. But I can use the L'Oreal Magic Nude Liquid Powder Foundation and the Physicians Formula Powder. And these two together are perfectly fine. So it's nothing that this powder isn't good, it just doesn't work with that foundation. And same with this powder, it just doesn't work with that foundation. I think that was everything that I wanted to say to you guys. The only thing I did consider doing was using the Born This Way foundation with a beauty blender. I do have one, but I'm not very, I don't know if I'm just not good at it, but I've tried it a couple of times and I wasn't crazy about it. I could have not been using it with the right foundation as well. That could have been what it was. So I'm thinking, I thought last night maybe I'll give that a shot and maybe that'll make a difference on the staying power. I'm not really sure. Alright, well this video got really long. I thought for sure I wasn't going to be able to ramble on for more than like 2 minutes about this, but I think I have crossed off everything that I wanted to tell you guys about this foundation. I do like it. I wouldn't say not go out and buy it, but I would be hesitant. If you're not like, OMG, I have to try this foundation, it's been killing me, and I'd really like a medium to full coverage foundation. Maybe it's something that you're looking to use, you know, on a night out. I don't go out at night that often. I'm downstairs sitting on my couch. That's just how it works. So for me, the only time I'm really wearing foundation is either at work or family outings or like shopping. So I think it could work for some people, but is it like your everyday foundation? I'm not really sure. I'm gonna keep using it like that because I bought it and I need to use it up. And like I said, it does give really good full coverage or medium coverage. I keep throwing full in there like it's full coverage, but it's just medium. At least I think. It's kind of like a medium to full coverage. It's really good. It's amazing how it gets rid of my redness and any marks that I have. It's really good for that. Yeah, I would leave it up to you guys. Give it a little thought. You know, make sure you're okay with spending the money. Maybe go into Ulta. Sephora sells Too Faced as well, I believe. Go in there and have them put it on you and then wear it the rest of the day and see if you like it or not. See if you're willing to give it that shot. I don't know if you can get any samples of it. I don't think so. I don't know of anything right now, but I wouldn't say to not get it. I just want to stress that. I just am a little hesitant because I can touch my face and it comes off. Now, if I touched my face, you wouldn't really be able to see where I touch, like it wouldn't be this mark, but as I lean on, you know, my hand all day at work and stare at my computer screen, it wears away at my chin, and the more I touch my nose throughout the day, it wears away off of my nose. So while I can do that for an itch, and I've got it on my finger, it's not gonna show unless you do it like a couple of times or a few times. Anyways, I'm gonna let you guys go. If anybody's using this foundation and you really like it and you don't have the problem of it coming off, tell me what you're doing outside of that. Tell me what brush you're using, what powder you're using, if you use a setting spray like this, or if I shouldn't be using a setting spray. I don't know what to do, but I'm gonna keep using it because it does give good coverage. I just don't know about the staying power. It's not the best. Anyways, I will list, I'll try to list all of these products that I've been mentioning down below so that you can see those. And I hope you guys are having a wonderful week. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe. You can also follow me on Instagram at HairByLizzieBug. I hope you guys are having a wonderful week, again, like I just said. And I will see you guys later. Bye. This would be a good shot for, to see how it covers. Somebody's talking outside, I'm sorry. I don't have any bloopers. What is that? I'm so sorry. No bloopers. It's like a shameful thing. I just got to talking and then I didn't stop. But if you're still watching, I'll let you in on a secret. I'm getting my hair cut this Wednesday. I'm pretty excited because I'm gonna get it cut off. I think I'm going like all that. That's a lot. But it's a secret. Alright, bye guys.